Okay, then. She was the biggest thing to come out of Benefit Street, a Channel 4 reality show that showed one street in Birmingham that rocked to fame or infamy. Tonight we ask White Dee, the self-styled mother of the street, what she made of the show and how it's changed her life and her community.
Here's my cup. Yeah, I am what the cup says, grumpy.
She's been variously described as the queen of Benefit Street, a one-woman citizens' advice bureau, and the patron saint of drug users and dropouts. Deirdre Kelly, better known as White Dee, became the star of Channel 4's Benefit Street with her forthright advice on everything from staying sober to dealing with the benefits office.
I've suspended your claim as there's been a change in your income. Do you know, hand on heart, don't worry about it.
But the self-proclaimed mother of James Turner Street, a convicted thief who's been out of work for 7 years, has divided opinion and generated headlines almost as much as the series itself. Since its broadcast, the show's triggered an impassioned debate about everything from the exploitation of poor people for entertainment, the rights and wrongs of the welfare system in its entirety, and whether the show's protagonists were misled about the nature of the programme.
They were very clear and transparent with everyone on the street about what the nature of the programme was, why they were there and what the nature of the end product was.
So what does the unlikely celebrity at the heart of it all, now complete with a PR manager who calls her a working-class hero, really make of how she and her neighbours were portrayed? And with rumours about a music recording deal, a Big Brother appearance, a plus-sized modelling opportunity and even a tilt at becoming an MP, what next for White Dee and her benefits? Well, Deirdre Kelly or White Dee joins me now. Which do you prefer?
Obviously Deirdre Kelly or
Deirdre
Dee Kelly, yeah.
How has your life changed over the last couple of months?
My life, it hasn't changed in the way that I'm still, you know, a mum of 2 children. But it's like being thrown into the limelight when you're just not used to it at all is just a real shock.
Does it feel like things have got better or worse?
Busier. I wouldn't say better. It's, you know, everyone sort of knows you now. The street's just turned into a bit of a tourist attraction. You cannot drive up and down that road on a Saturday or a Sunday.
So this is the poverty porn in action, is it? Do you understand why that phrase came about?
Not particularly. I mean, you know, we still dispute the fact, and we would argue to Channel 4 that at no time whatsoever did they tell us it was in any way related to benefits. With regard poverty porn, we don't class ourselves as being in poverty. You know, we're fine. We survive with the help and support of each other.
So they never told you it was about benefits?
No, they did not.
When did they tell you it was going to be called Benefit Street?
About 2 weeks before the show aired. That's when, and it wasn't even done officially. I think someone just actually let slip that it was called Benefit Street, and that's when we all went absolutely mad. We went...
What did you think it was going to be called?
Well, they actually asked us for, you know, suggestions as to what maybe we think the show would be called. Some said Friends with Benefits, others said We Will Survive. Obviously, the kids made their sort of, you know, ghetto this, you know, that's just the teenagers. So why bother asking us if they already knew what they were going to call it?
And when you found out it was going to be called Benefit Street, you said you went mad.
Yeah.
Did anyone try and change that or pull the show or step in?
Obviously, we hadn't viewed the episodes by the time when we actually found out it was going to be called Benefit Street. We did make calls to Channel 4. We did make calls to Love Production, not just me, quite a few of the residents. And at the end of the day, they'd named the show what they wanted to name the show. So no matter what we did, they had no intentions of pulling it or no intentions of renaming it.
They told us that this was a fair and balanced reflection of life on the street. Would you go with that?
No.
What would you call it?
How could it be a fair and balanced when basically all they're doing is focusing on 4 or 5 people? Most of the people they have focused on don't actually live on the street. They spent time with many working couples, pensioners.
So they didn't live on the street?
No, they did, but quite a few people that were shown in the programme don't live on the street.
They told us that contributors were briefed extensively before the show was aired, and they've been in regular contact since. Is that right?
They did not brief us extensively as to the name of the show.
But just about the name. They briefed you about the show, did they?
No, they didn't. Basically, we've got like a local councillor who's actually got written confirmation saying the show is about community spirit. There are quite a few people who have it in writing what the show was supposedly about, and it wasn't Benefits.
And at the end of this experience, how do you view Channel 4 and the show itself then?
I think they were very clever. I mean, obviously, we can't regret. We've done it. It's happened. People are talking about it. But basically, I think it's just the fact that it's sort of them against us. We've got no reason to lie. Why? You never said it to us, so why?
Did they lie to you?
Yes, they did.
People will be watching this and saying many on your street, have done pretty well from this. You've rocketed to fame. You must be making money from this now, aren't you?
Not necessarily, no. It's like a lot of people do presume. I think a lot of people presume that the second you appear on the telly, all of a sudden you're getting money. It doesn't work like that. Am I getting paid for sitting here tonight?
Your agent said that you've had a lot of offers as a result of this fame.
I have had a lot of offers, yeah.
And are those offers that you're getting paid for?
Not all of them, no.
But you are getting paid now?
If I accepted the offers, then yes, I would. But obviously I haven't accepted anything at all at the moment.
So you haven't made any money yet from this?
As of this precise moment in time, no.
Why not?
Well, because I don't know. It's like, if someone offers me to go on a radio station, basically I'll go on the radio station. It's kind of basically I'm having to justify myself and and sort of say, well, hang on a minute, what you've seen is just a little bit of my life.
You're still on benefits now?
Yes.
And do you intend to stay on benefits?
Not if I start getting an income, no.
So is that the direction you'd like to go in now? You would like to earn money from this now and come off benefits?
Not necessarily from this, but obviously I'd like to get a job, yeah?
But a lot of people will be watching this and saying, hang on a sec, you're on what, £214 a week?
Yeah.
Why would you carry on claiming those when offers have been coming in? We know you've spoken to your agent who says that there are these offers on the table now, which would mean you could leave that whole life behind. Why wouldn't you take that?
I don't want to leave my life behind. I'm not saying...
Your life on benefits, though.
Oh, yes, that's a different kettle of fish, yeah, obviously. But just because there are offers on the table, it doesn't mean I'm going to get, money today, tomorrow or next week.
But you're still getting money from the taxpayer then, as things stand, right?
I'm still on benefits, yeah, because I'm not receiving any other income at the moment. And
you've been asked to be on Big Brother. Is that something you'll take up?
Not necessarily, no. I've got a lot to think about. It's like they have approached, they haven't made any offer. I don't know any figures involved. I haven't signed anything.
What about other jobs? I mean, the doors must be open to you to do a lot of other things now. Are you applying for other jobs now?
I'm not applying for jobs at the moment. I still have my down days. I still have my up days. It's like I've just been thrown into the public, and I'm not 100% sure how to cope with it because I've never been in this situation before, with people wanting to talk to you and interview you, and I've just never, it's completely new to me.
Deirdre Kelly, thank you very much. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for talking to us.
You're welcome.
We're going to take you through a look of some of the papers before we go tonight, and there's one which has taken the front page of the Daily Mail, and it's quite a striking headline, this: child porn number 10 aide arrested. They're saying that one of David Cameron's closest aides has resigned after being arrested on child pornography allegations. Perhaps we can go to Laura. You've been looking at this. Laura, can you shed any more light on what it involves?
Number 10 has confirmed tonight that one of David Cameron's advisors, a man called Patrick Rock, who was the Deputy Director of Policy, was arrested in the middle of last month over allegations of child pornography over a potential offence relating to child abuse imagery. Now, Mr Rock resigned pretty much immediately. He's now not in his post. Number 10 has arranged for police officers to go in and look at any files or any IT that they see as being appropriate. And from what we understand, there were previous allegations of harassment made against Mr Rock while he was working in Downing Street, where he's been since 2011, not associated to these potential charges, but interesting nonetheless. And this is tricky, embarrassing also for Number 10, not just because of the humiliation of the police having to go into Downing Street over such kinds of allegations, but also because when Patrick Rock went into Downing Street, he was seen as somebody who was very well trusted. He'd been in the Conservative Party for a very long time, and indeed had been close to David Cameron for a long time. They were special advisors together back in the late 1990s. So this is an embarrassment, definitely a blow for the Prime Minister, the arrest of his fixer, as some people saw him, Patrick Rock.
Has there been any word from him this evening?
Not as yet. We have got no official statement from Mr Rock, but one of the things that makes it doubly awkward is that he was involved in advising the Prime Minister on child internet policy. Yeah. So something potentially particularly awkward, but absolutely right to point out we have no official statement from Mr Rock himself yet.
Laura, thanks very much. Well, that is all for tonight, but Kirsty is here with much more tomorrow. Till then, from all of us here, good night.